Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. And today, Kick. We're live on Kick, everybody. Let's go. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Welcome to the #1 and most important video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, airing right now on this channel with me as the host, Blabs as the producer, and Razorfist as our co-host today. Man, oh man, we got a good one today. So much to talk about. So much happened over the weekend, and we can't wait to share it with you. But first, let me share with you Blabs. Hi, Blabs.
Hi, hello, Kick. Our first time being live on Kick in, I don't know, like 5 months. So, hi, Kick.
I figured it out.
He did the big boomer stuff. It was like, aha, button.
Wouldn't you know it? It was a Google search that helped me. It's good.
Was it just like, did you forget how to click go live on
No.
Kick,
It was way bigger than that. It had to do with stream keys and codes and all sorts of stuff. But I got it all figured out. It was good. We're good.
Big brain.
Big brain Blabs, big brain Craig over here, and big brain Razor.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Hello, Kick. Hello. There's a lot of whores on this website.
There's a lot of whores, man.
There's a lot of.
My God, there's one over there.
Are they,
There's one over there.
Are they in the room with us now? Are they telling you to harm yourself or others?
There's a lot of hoes.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna get into Kick because Kick made they've been signing a lot of people. They've been throwing a lot of money out to a lot of people, and we're gonna be talking about one of their signings today. But before we do, I want to remind everybody we are now. If you like the audio version of the show, you can find us on Spotify as well. We talked about casting the net as wide as we possibly can, so we are casting that net. The audio version on Spotify. We're on Rumble. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. We are on Kick. We are on everywhere that will take us until they won't, including you, Twitch, because we will not sign your terms of service, you sons of bitches. Oh yeah, it's glasses Monday.
It is. Oh! Cue the Corey Hart. We actually do kind of need a theme song for this.
We do.
A little bit.
I'm writing that down.
Little sunglasses at night, I think.
We need a Sunny's theme.
Yeah, it just comes in. Sunglasses Monday. Let's go.
There's got to be guitar somewhere in there.
Absolutely.
Paul, we need
No,
you, man.
wait. Let's kick it up a notch. Keytar.
Ooh, I like
What a keytar.
Yes.
I like it. And we didn't even hit a light goal to put on the glasses. Maybe we should do that moving ahead. Maybe a donation goal put on a vest or something. That'd be great.
Oh, and Marty McFly. I'm okay with that. Vests are my favorite.
Life preserver.
Hey, my boy Extra Zero came in. Says this is the whitest Ray Charles tribute I've ever seen.
I think I've received one, to be honest.
That's right. You just gotta,
Yes.
let him know. Go back. Hey, do you think that Ray Charles is really blind?
Yeah.
Do
Can
you?
you imagine he goes into the women's bathroom? Oh, sorry. Hello.
Have you gone down the Stevie Wonder isn't actually blind conspiracy rabbit hole?
No, I haven't. Is there one?
There's like videos of him like catching mic stands before they fall over. And
Right.
shit like
Maybe
that.
he can hear them, or he's
It's a whole scene, man.
I'm just saying, like, it's a great bit if you're not really blind and you say you're blind and people prop you up because they're like, look at it's so cool. He's playing piano, but he's blind. And in reality, he's like, oh, what a bunch of idiots. He's all these idiots over here as he's making his way to the bank. I'm just saying.
Like Matt Murdock.
There was that thing when they were doing We Are the World back in the 80s with all the celebrities singing together, and I forget if it was Ray or Stevie, but one of them was like, if you all don't shut up, I'm gonna be the driver in the car.
I'm gonna be the driver
He's gonna drive
car.
everybody when he's blind.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's good. Hey, Shit for Brains came in with the $2 direct donation. Says, how is Sniperwolf not arrived? She's human scum. Well, it's funny because right before the show started, Blabs received a knock on the door, and we actually thought it was Sniperwolf doxing her. So
I thought it was Amazon because apparently Amazon is making you sign all the packages. So even if you're not home, they're like, no, we're not gonna deliver these. So
yeah, she prefers to charge before she'll sign a package.
yeah, I'm expensive, okay?
Nice. So look, we got a lot going on. We have flown past 47,000 subscribers on the channel, which is just absolutely great stuff. Thank you guys very much for your support. Currently sitting, as I look right now, at a blistering 47,051 subscribers to the channel. If you're new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Our goal by the end of the year is 50,000. Can we get to 50,000 subscribers on the channel? I think we got a good opportunity with such high quality video game podcasting that we do. If you guys do enjoy the show at any second, like right now, hit the like button. Our goal is always 300 likes. Let's bump it up. Let's go 301 today. Just saying, 301 today. Let's see. Let's hit that. And
Bump it up.
as always, our goal is
I knew it. I knew she was gonna sing that. I don't know. We got a telepathy going already. You see, we got a little piece of magic working.
love that. That's good stuff. It's called chemistry, y'all. That's what it's called. And we also are trying to get our 20 members for the day. Let's see if we can hit that today. That'd be great. Tomorrow, we have a really fun guest. I did a one-on-one interview with this gentleman a while back, but he's coming on the show just to talk video games and entertainment and stuff. You may know him as Salty Cracker. Razor, do you know Salty?
Vaguely, dimly, yes, a little bit.
I think
Dimly.
you guys would get it.
I thought you were going to say
I
Ted
know
Kaczynski.
someone
That was gonna be
dimly.
mean. Yeah.
This is the crossover we need. Maybe I can facilitate this. A Salty Cracker Razor Fist.
Okay.
A salty razor.
Yeah, man. I think that'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty wicked.
I don't think
Never
that's
use
salt
those.
on the razor. I don't
Yeah,
think.
never use it. That sounds painful.
A little bit later today, I'm going to be playing some Mega Man 4 over on the Side Scrollers Play channel as we continue the Mega Man Megathon, which is going on, and it's going great. So I appreciate everybody popping in over there. That's the Side Scrollers Play channel. And that's about it. What your thoughts on Mega Man 4, Razor?
I don't remember much about Mega Man 4. Was that the one with Pharaoh Man and shit like that?
Yeah,
That one,
yeah.
okay, that one's a pretty good one, actually. It's a little easy, though. It's a little easy. They get easier after 3, and I'm not wild about it.
So, yeah, I'm on 4 right now, and 3 was pretty tough. But at the same time, it was...
You have it memorized, though, if you were a kid in the 90s. Like, you seriously, you could do that in your sleep.
100%. But 4 is good, and the reason why 4 is important is that it's the first time it introduced like the charge shot with the Mega Buster. So outside of that, you know, 4 is wildly overlooked, but it was a really important thing. And then it was good stuff. So hey man, let's stop what we're doing really quick. As Boss Hog has come in with 10 gifted member. What, Blabs?
Ew, it's all right. He expects those from me.
Well,
It's okay.
give him 8 more.
Ew.
No, stop. No, stop. Stop.
What are you, the chick from Out of This World? What is this shit?
No.
You gonna freeze time? What the fuck?
I love that reference, and I bet you and our audience gets it, but I know Blabs has no idea what you're talking about right now.
Did you ever wish on a star? Come on.
Oh, man, what a great series. That was I love that all they did in that show was just do a freeze frame. Shing! Like the technology to these shows is amazing. Oh, Boss Hog, let's go. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. And look at this. Melodic Method came in. with 10 gifted memberships. Blabs.
Ooh.
Better. Can you,
I don't
Razor,
want
do
to
you-
know what you're doing down there.
Do you know what uwu means, Razor?
I've gone many a year and lived to a ripe retiring age by avoiding that knowledge.
Okay, then maybe you don't want to know what it is.
It's not even that bad. It's been hijacked. It just means it's from anime, right? And it's
No, I
basically
know,
like a
I
sign
know.
of
It's the-
appreciation, going like "thank you," but
Oh.
it's been hijacked into like the hose.
What is What is U? It's UWU, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
What does that mean? Surely it means
It's just
something.
the sounds that they were making, I guess.
Yeah, I
and,
thought
like,
it was. I thought it was ugu. I thought it was ugu. It wasn't uwu. It's ugu.
Listen, Razorfist's version of saying thank you is
Yeah.
not for me.
So the correct way. Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
I understand.
I thought it was more like, oh, you know what it is? Maybe this is it. And as I'm doing a little, I just Google intense research for the show right now.
Please have safe search on, Craig.
Well,
Oh wow. Okay. No. All right. First glance, I did not know what that was. All right, we're fine.
here we go. Yes, this is what we're looking at here. It's like a happy face. So like a U and a W and a U. But
It's basically an emoji, and then they would just be like, "Ew, ew." I need. Ivan
what
for
the hell
all
is this?
explanations.
What is this? What is
That's
this?
what they were doing.
What is this?
I need Ivan. Listen, we'll get Ivan on the show, and he can explain everything in like detail.
No, we don't want that.
Ivan
Boss-
Ooze?
Yeah, Ivan Ooze, man. Let's go. Boss Hog, once again, another one just straight over her head. She doesn't understand. Hey, Boss Hog and Melodic, thank you guys very much. That is insane. We've hit our goal. Let's go! 20 gifted memberships for the show. That is outstanding.
You need like a sound clip of, a Telemundo football game. Go!
Yeah.
That's what you need.
All right, writing that down.
Write it down, Blabs. Write it down. Let's
And
go.
vuvuzela noises in the
Go!
background. You need the.
Brr, brr, brr. Yes. The Vuvuzela, man. That is a deep cut from the World Cup 2010.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Hey, Extra Zero also came in with the 5. Thank you so much. This true story. One of my best friends worked for Best Buy in the early 2000s and sold a TV to Stevie Wonder. We had so many questions.
I
need
mean,
to
it could be
listen
for
to my
audio.
stories. It's amazing.
Background sound.
But how does he know what he's watching? Like,
Right?
it's
Well,
one of
maybe
those
he
things.
has he had like an aid at that time for that, Be like, hey, turn on channel 5. I want to listen to, I don't know, Sesame Street. I don't know.
Is Stevie Wonder still alive?
I think
Maybe
so.
he bought a Vizio. It won't even be working that long anyway, the fucking screen. So fuck it.
Yeah, he's 73 years old.
Yeah.
What if
Hi, Stevie Wonder.
what if just throwing this out there?
I like how I just waved and said nothing to Stevie Wonder.
But he saw it.
He'll sense it.
Yeah,
What
with
if-
his spidey senses?
Yes.
On his deathbed, Stevie Wonder takes off his sunglasses and just goes,
Like
"What?"
a little
It's just
JK.
like,
Right?
yeah, JK, yeah, whatever. Just
And
like,
then
yeah,
dead.
be like, by the way, you look really nice.
I like to believe there's just another pair of sunglasses under there. Just-
Like multiple layers, like, aha, surprise.
yeah.
I love it. Oh man, like how would we even know? Dylan says, "Hey Sticks, when's Sabaton?" Sorry, I'll stop for a while. I promise. I promise on the Ghost of the Badland.
Godspeed.
Thank you very much. And Nut Bunny came
Great
in
name.
with the with the ZARs. The ZARs.
Oh,
35
apparently it's South African, if I looked it up right.
Give it up for those South African monies. Let's go. So I just heard Suzanne Summers of Three's Companies passed away from breast cancer. Rest in peace. This is
Yes.
true.
She's on our quick hits today.
And the Thigh Master, unfortunately. So
Oh, I was like,
That's
excuse me?
mostly what I know her for. My mom had the Thigh
You
Master
never watched
growing
Three's
up.
Company?
It was on reruns.
See,
I didn't.
I've seen something.
It wasn't like appointment TV,
dude, let's just
Come and
read
knock
it
on
up.
my door.
Suzanne Summers.
We've been waiting for you.
Let's go. Chat, would you? Would you have? Like, come on.
Chat's like wood.
Absolutely. Blabs, would you?
No. Like, yeah, no.
Man, let's go. Yeah, she was on Step by Step. That's right.
Oh yes.
Step by step, and day by day. What a great show. When you go watch that intro again and you see how like they're in the roller coaster and it's going up, but it's clearly in front of a blue screen at the time, a green screen, you know?
Yeah.
It's so obvious. It's crazy. But what a great show, man.
The CGI water. It's fantastic.
Hey, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure also came in with the two. Says, when Razor enters the room, everything turns gray.
Yes.
That's right. It's amazing how that works out. Oh, my God. So rest in peace, Suzanne Summers.
I'm like a Vietnam flashback, actually.
Hey, I watched your video the other day where you're talking about everything. After your outro, you kind of broke character, you know? I thought that was really good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was a video. It was a video that you did on your channel, so I saw it and stuff. But it was great. It was really good. I really appreciate it.
It's not the first time I've done that.
Yeah, it looked good. Looking into your sweet, sweet eyes of passion.
What?
Ooh, just relax.
Did he just caress his boobs there for
There's
a
a
second?
little gold dust for you. There's a little WWF deep cut.
Yeah. It wasn't a deep cut. It was like a medium cut.
Yeah,
Gold dust. Gold dust. He was like in video games and stuff.
He was in video games. Not enough.
Yeah, you're right. Not enough.
Is he not like a live action anime character?
You know,
the wig, the robe, the feminine kind of thing, the black lipstick. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen him in anime.
Yeah, and he do this. He do that snap of his teeth, whatever it is. You know, that was always like really kind of weird and makes you feel uneasy. He did a really good job of making himself feel really uneasy.
Yes,
man. Blas, maybe we should have you watch WWF and WWE promos from the late 90s.
Was it wrestling stuff? Oh no.
Just saying, and see how you feel after some of them. You know, maybe get the Undertaker.
You remember when he like molested the Undertaker?
Well, I remember the Undertaker. It was Triple H screwed a dead body. It was just like there's all these.
I remember Booker T and Goldust were a tag team at the time, right? Booker T's great. Booker T's like, who would have sex with a dead body? I mean, my God, who would even do that? And Goldust's hand is just slowly going up. Genius, just genius.
Genius. My God! And then there was the Undertaker like putting Stone Cold up on a cross, like crucifying Stone Cold up on a stage. My God, it was better times, you know, better times back in the day. I guess.
Much better.
Yes, much better. Kyle says, "Wonder if Stevie Wonder's last name Wonder is actually his middle name, and his last name is what this thing looks like."
You know, his last name isn't Wonder. His name is Stephen Hardaway Morris.
If he divorces his wife, will he be seeing other women?
Oh my God.
We're all going to hell. We're not even into the first story.
When he dies, will he be able to see the light? These are all wonderful questions.
Maybe
all
he
right.
sees shadows.
What is that supposed to mean, Blabs?
What?
He sees shadows, like he can see like different shades.
Blabs, look, will you do us all a favor and please look on YouTube and just search up Stevie Wonder Can See. Just Google it, and you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shocked.
Wonder Can See.
Hey, Dillybod came in and says, working on a linear thriller mystery game. Hoping to have it done within 5 years. Fingers crossed. P.S. You three, keep up the good work. Looking forward to the graphic novel Razor Fist. Hey.
Oh, Godspeed. Cool.
Dillybod.
I love a good mystery game.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you can knock this bad boy out in 5 years. You can do it, Dillybod. Hey, let's make it 3. No, 2. Dillybod. How about you make it 2? Let's make this thing happen.
That's a lot of pressure.
You're like Captain Picard. You have 2 hours.
gotta nail him.
There's just a lot of compilation videos of Stevie Wonder looking around.
Yeah, well, is he's looking around grabbing things? I'm just telling you, there's video proof out there. If we can find Bigfoot, surely we can find proof that Stevie Wonder can see. It's crazy. Hey, Van Dask, that rascal came in, says, I'm still recovering from the shock that Razor Fist has eyes.
He looks so familiar.
I know, it's crazy.
I don't know.
Sneaky. He fooled me the other day. It makes me upset. You guys watching over on Kick, 5 of you. Let's go. Thank you very much.
I just saw him catch the microphone.
Pull it up.
There you go.
Pull it up.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Don't mind me. I'm just going, oh, look at that.
This just doesn't happen, Blabs. I'm just saying. These are the rabbit holes you get down.
Oh, there's Elton John.
How'd you go?
Look at that.
There you go. Oh.
Look at that. He just randomly catches it. Maybe
what the
somebody
hell?
Like heads
What
up
is
or
this?
something. Look at that.
Oh my God.
I think he's seen
It's a true story.
shadows or
It's a
something.
true story. So
That's ridiculous. See, Shaq knows.
I don't understand this compilation video, so I'm watching it without sound on so I can still hear you guys. And like the most random stuff is on.
Well,
Like Shaq?
it's all proof. Because if Shaq knows Stevie Wonder can see, surely you can too, Blabs. It's ridiculous. Hayden came in with a 10. Hayden, thank you very much. My man says, wrestling isn't real, right? What do you mean? I watched a guy get crucified last week and he's coming back for revenge next week. That's right.
Remember when the big boss man got hanged?
Yes.
And he was back like 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
Like I color me persnickety. I think you get hanged until you're dead. You got to slow down a little.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you, Hayden. Appreciate that. That's great. Hey, we got a direct donation. I want to read this off. This is actually really important. It says, "Hey, Craig, black and white filter, edgelord, and girl person." Which
I'm a girl person.
yes, I'm glad they got you locked in. Former G1 here used to promote my old AVGN ripoff channel. Now I'm a furry and think your content is trash. Could you please stop hating gay people like me? Thank you. Grift on.
Well, that's not going to help.
Yeah. Well, let me refer to you as the way that Blabs you referred to Blabs. Hello, furry gay person. I don't hate you at all. I don't know why you would think. Do I think that you're weird? That you're a furry? Yeah. If I'm being totally honest, yeah. But here's the reality: most people do. Do I think that you have the right to be a furry? Do I think you have the right to be a furry? Absolutely. You furry the shit out of that. Go crazy. Like do you. I don't care. I legitimately don't care that you're a furry. Still doesn't mean that I can't think you're not weird. And that's okay. You think I'm fucking weird. That's fine. Be weird. Be you. That's fine. Just don't tell me about it. I just don't care. I don't care.
This person just assumed my gender.
Yeah. And how dare you assume her gender? You bigot. So anyways, yeah.
Very interesting life choice. Please face wall. Literally, fuck you.
So anyways, sorry you hate me now.
Anyways,
I will say this. There's been a growing sentiment of despisal of me online, and I would love to open up the gates and have a Rumble stream where we let people tell me why they don't like me anymore, and I will tell them that I'm the exact same person I was when they did like me, and they knew this, and maybe they may be the ones who changed. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe. But you keep doing that furry thing, okay? Just keep on going.
Look at that hat. And Craig never changes anything.
That's right. I still got the only thing I changed was my hat flip forward. That's it. That's it. E. Smith came in and says, Razor, when Taryn unbans me, just the reoccurring theme here, unbans me, make sure he checks if he needs to unban my alter ego. I'm Cotton Hill. Cotton Hill, I killed fitty men. Also,
Jesus.
Come to Texas next year.
They took machines.
Man.
I'll look into it.
Johnny Bravo says, hi, Side Scroller. Sniperwolf needs to be banned. Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit as soon as we actually get to stories.
Yeah.
And Scout came in with 10, says, Razor, I seek your boundless wisdom once again. What was the name of that Pulp Archive website? I need some quality reading material.
If you mean the website where you can buy pulps, it's vintagepulps.com, I believe. And I've gotten quite a few from there, and some of them are pretty reasonably priced.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. What does that mean? What is pulps? What does that mean?
It's the old school pulp fiction stories from the 30s and 40s, the magazines that you would get. It's basically where superheroes come from, right? Like Doc Savage and stuff. That was pulp. The Shadow, that's pulp.
Nice. All right, look, we've rambled on for 25 minutes. I always wonder how long it's going to take before we get to stories, but let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. All right. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Paul. Here we are on our first news story of the day. Last week, we finished talking about how Best Buy was going to be removing physical games and movies and Blu-rays from their outlets in 2024. And apparently Walmart has hopped along the train as a quick follow-up here, as they have said that they're going to be discontinuing physical games in 2024. Now, I wanted to bring this up because this seems to be a trend, but Razor, you spoke about this previously.
Yeah, many years ago. I've been warning about this since about 2013, maybe even a little before that. It's the price we pay for convenience. You're selling your property rights down the river at the end of the day. And the thing is, you combine the perfect storm of vanishing property rights as a result of everyone downloading everything and a censorious culture that is cutting Trump out of Home Alone 2 and, all this bullshit. Just wait until they get to video games. You see what they do with localization on Japanese games already, for fuck's sake. Now imagine that in real time on any given goddamn game you own. Okay? They can take anything out. Fucking Duke Nukem, whatever, anything, right? That might be objectionable in the modern day. It's basically constantly enforced currentism is basically what that's going to be.
Do you think that is that's a reason why they're doing this, or do you think it's more?
I think the term is presentism. Sorry, but what'd you say?
Oh, I was saying, do you think that's why? Do you think that's a driver behind this, or do you think it's just a monetary thing?
Oh, I think it's a monetary thing first and foremost. It doesn't cost as much. They don't have to manufacture a disc. I mean, it's the whole thing. The stupidest part is they're losing out on money because if you transition to a place where you are selling like a really premium product, right? Like something that comes with lots of bells and whistles, I think it'll sell because collectors are there. There's always going to be a market for some kind of collectors, whatever. But they don't even release those anymore, right? The collector's edition of games now just come with a bunch of shitty DLC and a soundtrack you're never going to listen to. Like that's all it is now. If you got an actual physical collector's edition with like a guidebook or some extra stuff, some art or what, people would buy it. Absolutely. The collector's editions of very popular games sell. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018, had a collector's edition and a nice steel book with a big map and lots of cool stuff. That sold. It sold just fine. It's when a big game comes out, you can absolutely release these things. They're not doing it because they don't want to spend the money. Is really what it is.
I think that, I think this is, you talked about this in 2013. I had owned a game store up until, I don't know, man, late 2010s to 2000, may have been up to 2011, 2012, whatever it was. But I talked about this last week. I also saw the writing on the wall many moons ago, as far as it, ultimately, if you don't have to produce the box art, you don't have to print that out. You don't have to buy the little game, plastic game containers. You don't have to print the disc.
Yep. And
you can still sell it for the same price. What's the point? It's not like they're reducing the cost. And that's the thing you hear consistently. Well, it's a digital game. It should be $10 less, $5 less, whatever yeah, right. And you know who's going to be paying it? Everybody. And until there's a noticeable change in the drop of game sales, it's not going to matter. And what does that look like? I don't know. Like, just because 100 people don't buy it because they're pissed off it's digital now, that doesn't even move the needle. Nobody gives a shit about that, So Walmart has hopped on board on this, and I think this is going to really change I mean, this is going to change video games in a big deterrent. This is throwing fuel on the fire of making that change. When you have two of the biggest retailers in the world not having physical games in there. I mean,
and it gives more incentive to Sony and Microsoft, who already want to get rid of those disk drives, right? They want to get rid of those on the consoles. Hell, the Series S doesn't even have one, right? They're releasing digital only versions of these consoles. This is absolutely gonna add some kerosene onto that particular inferno. And I guarantee you, next generation, that is going to be standard. Maybe not every single one, but yeah, they'll definitely, all of the major consoles will have some kind of no physical, version.
Labs, can you look at see if you can find a chart of the difference between physical copies and digital games? Just the total sales between the two. I appreciate that. So I think the one thing that gives me a little bit of hope, and I'm going to go back to me being just a total fucking idiot for Nintendo, because I love Nintendo, is I think Nintendo will hold on to the physical aspect of it. Now, granted, the physical aspect is a tiny little disc or a tiny, but it's still something that you have, something that's cool.
Honestly, dude, at this point, is that not way more futuristic than some optical disc? Like, that's what's the little card that you put in your phone? Like,
right.
It's got gigabytes upon gigabytes of storage space. It's utterly ridiculous that Sony and Microsoft are still clinging on to this disc when Nintendo has figured out, hey, wait a minute. Basically, everything comes on a flash drive now. Why don't we just put our games on them? That's essentially all a Switch game is.
Right. And when you look at a Switch game, this tiny little thing here, and you're like if you were to hold this up in 1990 and be like, this is how big your games are going to be, people would be like, what? Are you kidding me? And this is kind of crazy because this is the right size. And I think at the end of the day, doesn't this actually hold more data? It can hold more data than a disc, I think.
Depends on how you make it. But yeah, I assume. I assume it's like there's no standardization for it too. So you can actually mod it, kind of like what they did on the old cartridge games. They would add a new chip, they would do different things to change the game. Like when what was that called? Was it VFX chip or whatever it was in Star Fox, some of those games. Yeah. Like you can actually change that after the fact.
Yeah. It's bizarre. And it's going to be one of those things where, next time this year, next year at this time, if I can talk, I think you're going to see digital sales skyrocket compared to what they are right now. Did you find anything, Blabs?
I did. So I found two different articles. So the first one I found was from December 27th of 2022. And it says that during 2022, 72% of video games sold on consoles were digital, and then the rest were physical. But then on this one, which was in January, so only like a couple of weeks difference, really, 90% of video game sales in 2022 were digital. Now, obviously, we don't have anything really for this year because this year's not over yet.
Right. And the lockdowns, the couple of years of lockdowns didn't help that any,
oh, yeah.
Right?
It just only fueled the digital sales.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Again, it's a you'll own nothing and like it kind of situation. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have these. Look, and I made this point in I made a video called The Case for Physical Media. It was an audio rant originally. I put it up on my channel years later. It was originally up in like 2014, 15, 13, somewhere in that range. And it's like the argument I basically made is if even in a benign example, like The Saboteur, which is an underrated game. I like that game. But it had some kind of patch where there was like nudity in the game or something like that. And you had to, I forget what it was. You had to punch in some code or something like that. And it was a big gimmick, right? To get people to pre-order the game, whatever. Anyways, EA wind up taking the servers down. So you can't do that. You can't even mod it in. It's not, so you're essentially playing a censored version of the game if you play off of the disc. And that's a really, really benign example. That's just some boobs, right? Like this is, you can imagine what they can do with a Steam game, which can be patched at any time You don't physically own it. GOG is incrementally better, but GOG is getting worse because they've got that GOG Galaxy garbage, and eventually they're going to transition away from you having DRM free stuff. You can just see it coming in the distance. In a few years, it probably will be. But if someone wants to take my physical games, they have to kick down my door and do it. That's how that works. Like, if they want to alter a single thing about my physical games, they have to kick down the door. Of course, we already kind of opened the door a little bit, like let them wedge in, when we suddenly allowed these companies to get away with day one 40 gigabyte patches. Because these disc games you're getting aren't even really the game anymore. It's like a little bit of data, and then it has to be heavily patched day one, or you can't even play it in most cases.
Mm-hmm. Or there was like day one DLC content that obviously wasn't on the disc. So you got to download it anyway. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Vlad, so let's talk about those numbers you just threw out there. The idea that even, what do you say, 70-something%? The low end figure was 70-something%
of video games sold on consoles during 22 were digital. But then I also have this article that says almost 90% of video game purchases were digital. And that's from like working with the BBC. So
that
I don't
is
really know which one to believe.
Still
a lot.
Yeah, that is
it's over 50%.
Still dramatically. Yeah, that's dramatically higher than I thought it would be. Like, if you would ask me what the digital game sales were, I would say it tops 50%, right? But to say it,
what I wonder,
9 out of 10.
What I wonder, and this is probably the case because a lot of game sales have migrated over to that space, are they counting mobile sales? Because if they count mobile sales, that's going to skew the number extremely. But still,
good point.
It's probably on the PC side, especially. And honestly, with the advent of Game Pass, like, how do you count those? How do those figure in, right? I get Game Pass, and a lot of the new games I don't buy individually because I'm already paying for Game Pass. Does that count as a sale? Is that
also you gotta wonder, because I'm looking in this article, the one that has the higher numbers, and it doesn't say anything if it's console only, because obviously with PC you have no choice but to buy digital. There are no physical copies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that just console?
Yeah, and nowadays, like, you rarely get a physical copy. I remember a few years ago, Underworld Ascendant was worked on, right? And it was a new kind of Ultima Underworld-ish game that was going to come out. And they had a Kickstarter, they had whatever. One of the stretch goals was just to be able to get a copy with an actual physical disc. And I got that. I actually did later on get that. But dude, that is rare nowadays. And that's a PC game, right? PC games, you're stuck. You're stuck with Steam or, God forbid, the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Man. And
I would have loved like physical copies for my PC, but obviously that's impossible.
Right. And I looked down at my Steam games list, and I have hundreds of games on there that I've never played. Right? Games that I picked up through a pack or some sort of indie whatever celebration or something. I mean, literally hundreds of games on there that I've never even opened or downloaded or installed. And then I think about the physical games that I have, and I realize, holy shit, I'm part of the problem, because I'm the, like, number one, I can't buy a physical copy of a game on PC like we talked about. But I mean, I don't know. I think the last physical game I bought was Mario and was Bowser's Fury, and that was once again a Nintendo game. I don't know the last time I bought a game for the PlayStation or the Xbox.
The last time I bought a physical copy was for Lego, the complete like Rise of Skywalker, all 9 Lego Star Wars games that came out last year, and I didn't even finish that game because I didn't like it. So.
And the classic example of this, I mean, you wonder why they're doing this. I was in Target the other day, and I got Mario Kart 8. I told you guys about it, and the new Kirby, right? And went down the Nintendo aisle, got those just fine. Went over to the Xbox side, and I was going to pick up 1 or 2 games of that. Both of them, they were completely out of stock. I called the guy over to get them. They didn't even have copies in stock. So it's kind of like the retailers have already kind of given up on physical stuff for the PlayStation and Xbox as it is, right? If it's not Nintendo, I don't know that they're really going out of their way to stock it, it seems like.
Man, and it makes sense with Nintendo because Nintendo's audience, while it is, we've seen charts that say Nintendo's audience is a little bit older. It's in the core Nintendo game player is in their early 20s, but they do cater to a younger audience as well because with a more cartoonish characters and parents now passing those characters on to younger generations. So it makes sense to have physical because the kids can't buy things in stores in theory digitally, I mean. So yeah, it's interesting, man. And I think as you said, the kerosene is being thrown on that blaze, man, and it's gonna, if you don't like it, sorry,
it'd be one thing if it was all like Game Pass, where it's essentially kind of like a long-term rental in a weird way, because it's like you sort of understand up front you don't own that, you're paying for the service, not so much the game. Steam's not that way, right? It is presented as if you own it, and you really, really don't, as anyone who has ever had their Steam account can confirm, banned rather, can confirm, right? If you get your account banned, those games are gone. That's happened many, many times, and we've seen all kinds of drama from YouTubers or whatever who wind up getting banned for whatever reason, and all their games are gone, right? Those are glorified rentals, but people don't treat them as such, and they really, really are, guys.
Man, have there been any instances where a YouTuber has said something and Steam has canceled their account based off something?
Yes. I forget exactly what the situation was, but I want to say it was like 2014, 15, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Insane. Let's move on to our next story, which I'm sure we'll keep an eye on the digital stuff for a long, long time. A lot of you guys have a lot of things to say here. So I'll tell you, let's hit some of these super chats real fast. I'm going to fly through some of these. We appreciate all y'all's support today. Thank you very much. Dylan says the Terran banning meme reaches Styx's chat. That's right. It's nonstop. Audrey says, Craig, have you at least changed your undies? No, I'm still wearing the same underwear I have for the last 10 years.
He's riding with these until they disintegrate, folks.
They're going, baby. Chris says, Pete Hines just announced his retirement. Good for Pete Hines.
Right.
The Rand Man says, SW pays child support for kids he's never, quote unquote, seen. Right, the Rand Man.
I know who Pete Hines is now.
Good old Stevie Wonder.
He's the head of publishing at Bethesda.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, good for him. Good for him. He's gonna go sit on a big old fat stack of money and go.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I'm loaded. I'm rich. Throw Muzzy in the air. It's all good.
Xander came back and says somewhere Adam has the urge to complain about uwu. That's right.
That's why I kind of do it. I actually have done it a couple times on a Wednesday, just to mess with him a little bit.
Just to piss him off.
Yeah.
LS420 Stoner says, may I get Razor Fist to give my lover Z and short Mexican friend Bird a shout out? Also, hoo-ah to the Republic Legion 131 Victory Company, KTF.
Okay.
Can you give them
Godspeed to Bird, was it? And Z? Godspeed. And Bird, congratulations on being short and Latino.
How dare you say Latino? Clearly Mexican.
Sorry, Latinx.
X.
Yeah.
Moving came in and says, Razor Fist, watch Party for the D-Packs. Are you a baseball fan?
I am a huge baseball fan. I used to play baseball back in the day. Yeah, I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm going to be watching it or at least listening to it on the radio. But yeah.
Razor, if there's a Rangers D-Backs World Series, do you want to put a wager on it?
Yeah, we could put a little scratch on it.
He's like 5 cents.
A little scratch.
I mean, I wasn't thinking money, but if you want to go scratch, I can go scratch.
We can make a wager.
I like it. Nut Buddy says, regarding this loss of physical media, it makes piracy an ethical act. We'll see. I think you're definitely going to see a giant uptick in piracy.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the high seas are going to be crowded as fuck.
I mean, it's already increased anyway because of Disney. No one wants to actually support Disney, so they sail the 7 seas to see stuff.
Hoboka says, I strongly suspect the AAA console market will collapse if Xbox, Sony, etc. suffer a massive database hack deletion. All games tied to accounts, receipts, etc. get wiped. Imagine the stockholders' reaction. Is that a threat, Hoboka?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's planning something, honestly.
Dan says, oh, wow. Walmart is getting rid of physical games, but not Blu-ray, 4K, Ultra, Blu-rays, and DVDs. That's what I heard. That's the plan. Physical media.
I thought I heard in conjunction with that story that they were getting rid of DVDs at the same time. Or Walmart were, at least. I thought I heard.
Yeah, and Best Buy is as well. So, but physical media, see ya. Hasta luego.
Is there a less enthusiastic format than Blu-ray? They literally, in order to get people to finally accept it, they literally had to graft it onto the previous format. They had to now you can only get the DVD if you get the DVD Blu-ray combo pack, and then people started finally buying Blu-rays. I've never seen that before. It's like if when DVDs came out, they slapped them on a fucking VHS tape, and they were like, no. The only way you can get this VHS, seriously.
It's like the Sega 32X. It's like, no, you must have the Genesis to buy the 32X.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next story. We'll get to some more super chats at the tail end of the show. Appreciate you guys. All right. Do you remember not too long ago when Disney Plus announced a Willow series?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Did you like the original Willow series, Razor? Or the original movie?
The movie, I don't think I ever saw it, actually. Yeah.
I was a big fan of the original movie. I loved it as a kid. I loved the arcade game.
Too.
I loved the Nintendo game, right? I loved everything about Willow. I thought it was great. And then they announced Willow was coming back, and I was like, oh, what an interesting deep cut, because I didn't think anybody remembered Willow at all. Mm-hmm. And it came out, and it was met with horrible reviews. Like, people were like, this may be the worst series of all time. And guess what? Disney Plus pulled it. They pulled the series like less than a year after it was out.
Imagine
it was so bad.
An exclusive show on a streaming service off.
Yeah. So the show was so bad that they just don't even want it on their platform anymore, which is amazing.
Does this have anything to do with the almost simultaneous announcement this week that all the Disney Plus shows going forward, they're like reinvesting in, okay, they're going to have short seasons. They're going to have dedicated. They're basically taking the same creative model as the Netflix Marvel stuff, right? We're going to have a showrunner. We're going to concentrate on a quality single season that builds to a quality second season. They're basically cleaning up their mess. This can't be a coincidence that they removed
this was
Willow
announced months ago. So maybe, but it's not like it was announced this week.
Okay, I gotcha.
So yeah, it was a while back, but they removed this entirely. Mm-hmm. And now Warwick Davis himself is saying, yo, dude, what the hell? Says, I meet lovely people on a daily basis who are fans of Willow. I can't imagine just to put a pin in that real quick, I can't imagine, what else has he been in that I should know?
Are you kidding me? Okay.
A little thing called Star Wars?
Yeah, so and he's been in multiple Star Wars movies. It's not like he was just in like the original trilogy. He's been in all three. He's been in all three trilogies.
What?
Yeah, so he was Wicket, the little Ewok in episode.
Oh, he's an Ewok?
Yes, he's the
He's
original
in a suit.
Yes.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to know that?
Okay,
He's in a suit.
Wait. All right, so he was also in episode 1. Phantom Menace as actually himself. You could see his face. Then he was Wicket again in the sequels as a member berry, but he was also in that Solo stupid movie. So he's been in like at least 4 Star Wars movies. He was in all 8 Harry Potter movies. All of them.
Okay, well, I know him from Willow, all right?
Yeah, well, get good, because he's been in a lot of stuff. Like, he's got an amazing career, and I kind of feel bad that he went back for the Disney Plus show, because he probably had no idea what he was signing up for.
Well, I'm the idiot who's out of the loop here, but still, it doesn't. Listen, I'm just saying, like, This motherfucker's wearing a mask. Like, how am I supposed to know that that's him? I don't know these things, Blabs.
Well, I don't know. Get good. Everyone knows who Warwick Davis is. He's the OG short guy.
Okay, I guess he was in Leprechaun too. I don't know. Like, okay, I'll go and get good. Anyway, so he's Willow to me. Okay, so I'm over here like, how the hell would anybody know him besides anything but Willow? You're like, you fucking idiot.
I mean, he was actually in all 8 Harry Potter movies, plus Star Wars, plus Marvel. Like, he's been in a lot. Hasn't he? He's been in Marvel, right? I think so. Oh, he's been in Narnia too.
How do you not know, Blabs? You idiot. Get good. I just.
Yeah, he was in Narnia also. Yeah, I just remember this stuff. So yeah, he's got a great career, that one.
All right, well, good for Warwick Davis. Okay, but he says, I met lovely people on a daily basis who are fans of Willow, like me, who are the reason the Disney Plus series got made. Please tell me why Disney. Please tell me, Disney, what do I say to these subscribers when they ask why they can't watch the series anymore? Hashtag embarrassing. So he puts Disney on blast for saying you removed it, and why? I don't even understand. So how should he respond to that, Blabs?
How should who respond to that? Disney respond to him?
Mr. Superstar Warwick Davis. When a fan goes up and asks him.
It's weird because this was announced months ago, and he never said a peep from what I've understood. I haven't actually seen everything, all of his tweets. But I think now some contract must have been broken or finished or finalized, because now he's speaking out, right? When this thing was finalized back in May, I want to say that they were moving his show from the streaming service. The
SAG-WAG, whatever the fuck, strike ended, might still be on, whatever, but it like just was supposed to have tentatively concluded. Maybe that has something to do with it, because that had to deal heavily with royalties from streaming shows.
Oh, right. Smart thinking. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I don't know how he can respond to that, but I mean, also it's on him.
I know. Hey, have you seen the fucking thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you signed up for it. You probably read the script, unless they pulled the Halle Berry, which we'll talk about later. And they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be in the script," and then once he signs the contract, they're like, "Never mind." So maybe I don't know. I don't know how you respond to that. I'm not Warwick Davis. We should get Warwick Davis on the show. I'm just saying. I'm writing that down.
Oh, Craig, you're muted.
Is he talking to us, Craig?
Yeah, sorry. If we had Warwick Davis on the show, and all I did the entire time was ask him about Willow and nothing else, would people be really pissed?
Yeah, I mean, he's had such an amazing career. There's a photo of him like fast asleep and like Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia, like trolling him while he's asleep. Like, it's adorable.
She was being a horrible bigot by making fun of little people. That's
right.
Yeah, he was like 12 or something in the movie.
Making fun of minors. I see.
Oh my
ridiculous.
God.
This is back before Peter Dinklage made it impossible for midgets to get work.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Warwick Davis is kind of a base guy.
It'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with that Snow White movie. By the way, speaking of,
I don't know. Ben Shapiro still does well, so I don't know.
All right, let's go on.
Is he really short?
Is he really short? No, Thumbelina's really short. This dude's a fucking goddamn ant.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Oh, yeah. Or whatever.
What? Oh, I see. You were gonna go for the manlet joke, and it didn't pay off for you.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
No, I just didn't expect 6 foot. I was like, whatever, man. You tree?
6'4", baby.
Yeah,
Let's
whatever,
go.
trees.
I know.
Craig is literally a whole foot taller than I am.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our next story here. As guess what? We officially know who the voice of Mario is. Mario and Luigi, the new voice has been announced over the weekend, and it's a guy named Kevin Afghani. And he announced on his Twitter account this past weekend that he says, incredibly proud to have voiced Mario and Luigi in Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Thanks for Nintendo for inviting me into the Flower Kingdom. So I obviously responded with, hey, you taking any podcast appointments? I actually DM'd him. But guess what? My DMs have been closed because now he doesn't accept them, because he's gone up like double his followers the last few days. And I'm sure he's got swarmed by people. So it'll be very interesting to see if this is a one-off shoot for Kevin Afghani, or if he's going to be the voice of Mario moving ahead. Because this guy's done some work. He's done some stuff all over the place, but he's a fairly young guy, and IGN has a little highlight package of some of the work that he's done, which I wanted to showcase really quick.
Oh, you're asking the right person. Hymn of the Holy Land is the sacred scripture of the Immer Nachreich.
It just dawned on me. Is this the guy who does the voiceover for like the Nintendo Directs as well? I feel like whenever you hear, I feel like he's the same guy, just based off that.
Could be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just heard that. Oh, that's crazy.
There are 3 volumes in total.
Start talking. We don't have much time.
Get the answers out of these idiots now.
A tasty little morsel for one of us.
Scurrying away, are we?
So he's done a lot of stuff, a lot of anime and stuff. Razor, your thoughts on Kevin Afghani being the new voice of Mario and Luigi?
I mean, the little sample sounded okay. I can't really judge his Mario voice from that. He didn't really say much, but the Yahoos were nice, I guess. I don't find them violently offensive. Like, I don't want to like shit blood hearing them or anything. It is what it is.
I think I think that he's done a really good impression of Charles Martinet doing Mario.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, right? The idea that he needs to be the same but different.
Who did Mario Teaches a Typing? Who did that one?
That was Charles Martinet.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that was his actual first one, I think. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was ridiculous and over the top. And I'm waiting for some group to get upset at Mario's accent, the kind of the over the top.
Oh, man.
It's gotta
big
happen,
time.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
To answer your question about the Nintendo Direct, there's no confirmation, but this giant thread on Reddit is saying it sounds just like him, and it's probably him.
Probably,
for some stuff, at least.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, you do something like that, and then
You're in already with Nintendo, you get
Right.
shown, yeah.
and it's all about who you know. So good for him. I'm excited to see how it works, with Nintendo. But it'll be, for me, I'm intrigued to see if the response is good enough to where people will want him to come back for a second game and a third game and a fourth game. If he truly is the voice of Mario moving ahead, and if he has a long 30-year career, and if people will look back on Charles Martinet and say like, wow, he sounded really shitty compared to, whatever his name is. So it'd be interesting.
I just find it really odd that like he aged out of the role. Like, what is he? He's not like 90 or anything like that. It's just weird, especially when you consider the cast of The Simpsons are all like, fuck, you see him in a room together. It's like the Golden Girls, goddamn it. Like, they're all so fucking old and they're still doing it. But this guy has to age out of the Mario role. I don't know what the fuck.
You don't know if he may have aged out, or did he? Maybe they're paying him too much. Maybe, he was demanding too much, or he asked too much to be the voice of all these different characters. And I don't know. There's all this speculation, and nobody's actually got a hard answer to that. Just the idea that, well, he really it was just his time, and now he's going to be a Nintendo ambassador. There's always something underneath there. I don't think Charles Martinet was like, yeah, I'm going to lead the role of a lifetime and make easy money and be adored by millions and millions of fans. But please, pass this role off to somebody else. I'm pretty sure Nintendo came to him.
Maybe he's got like a health issue or something, or he just wants to spend more time with family.
That's kind of what I wondered, is maybe he's got a health issue. But then him saying he's going to go around to conventions and shit, like, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but those aren't year-round kind of things. They're like a certain period around the year, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Maybe with voice acting, it was all the time, all year long. What is the schedule like for him? That'd be interesting to find out. I don't know. It's not like it's public information. Be like, how many times a year do you voice Mario?
Right. And it's funny because Sicklad points out that Charles is still going to be portraying Mario and Luigi at Nintendo events and cons and what's not, which I don't know. I think kind of sends like a weird, mixed message,
Maybe they're like fading him out, like transitioning him out or something.
Yeah.
Slowly on his way to retirement.
I would love to have Charles on the show and just ask him about it, but I'm sure he's under all sorts of NDAs and things that he can't discuss because of the transition. But I said, for me, the main point of interest is in Mario Wonder 2, will this guy return? You know, guess we'll see. Which, by the way, Mario Wonder doing a full playthrough of that game on Friday. So make sure you guys come join me over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel over there. I'm going to start playing the game pretty much as soon as the show's done. I'm buying a physical copy of the game. And,
speaking of which,
yes.
Speaking of which, did you see they have announced the big deluxe fancy pants 4K Blu-ray of the Super Mario Brothers movie from the early 90s? Comes with posters and all kinds of good stuff.
Who's gonna buy that?
Lots and lots of. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So wait, hold on. Super Mario movie?
Yeah, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Did they just announce this? Or this is from like 1993 or whatever it was?
All right, we're about to go see Craig purchasing a deluxe on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
He's like, I got Prime. Here we go. Free shipping.
Okay, hold on. No, this is important stuff. Yeah, they're doing a okay, yeah, cool, nice. I'll need to do a little more research on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm the idiot who's gonna buy it. Because I'm a dork. Even though I don't even like that movie.
Get this.
I expect an unboxing video from you then.
It has a director's cut of the film. It has like a restored director's, new scenes, old scenes cut out. Like it's a new cut of the film too.
So here's the problem with the director's cut is that the directors were really bad in the first movie.
Yeah,
so like,
I was gonna say, right? It's like getting an Uwe Boll director's cut. Like, do I want this?
Good old my limited edition cut of whatever, you know, of Rampage,
House of the Dead.
Yes, of House of the Dead. That's German. That's Uwe Boll. He's a listen, Blabs. You have no idea. Just over your head. His name was Uwe Boll. He was for the longest time in the late 2000s. He was seen as like public enemy #1 because what he did was he took all these video game franchises. He would license the games and he would make really bad movies out of them. He did Far Cry, a movie that I was on set for.
And you admit this before witnesses.
Yes. This is quite. I did internet crowdfunding before crowdfunding was cool in like 2007 or something like that. And I was on the set of his Far Cry movie. I got cut out of it. I got cut out of the Far Cry movie as an extra. I didn't even make it in as an extra, but it was awesome. But yes, Uwe Boll in his crazy German accent. I wonder, write him down. Uwe Boll. It's EWE. EWE.
Uwe Boll, actually.
Uwe Boll. BOLL. Uwe Boll. I want to get Uwe Boll on the show. Uwe Boll.
Okay.
I bet we could do it. All right. Let's go to our big story today. We're an hour in the show. It's time to get to the big stuff. And over the weekend, look, I don't like to do the creator drama thing, but I do like to talk about it if it has something to do with a larger issue, right? And this has to do with a larger issue where over the weekend, this guy named Jack, he has this channel named called Jack's Films. And he's been online for a long time. I think he's been online on YouTube since like 2006, 2007, 2008. Been on for a long time, has many, many million subscribers. Made a lot of shifts in his content over the years as YouTube has changed, and he's still sticking around. Made a very good living for himself. But he's been fairly critical of this. I use the term creator very loosely, as Sssniperwolf is the person he's been very critical of because of the content that she produces. Now, Sssniperwolf is a creator who has 34.2 million subscribers. And I met Sssniperwolf. It's funny because we have Melanie on the show. I met Sssniperwolf and Melanie at the same time back in 2000. I don't know, maybe it was 2012, right as they were like the hot gamer girls, right? But I'm not like physically hot. I mean, like they were the hot young talent that was coming up in the gaming space, right? And this was right as Screw Attack had been acquired by Fullscreen. And I met Sssniperwolf when she had maybe like 20,000 subscribers, but they had pinned her. This is the girl. This is the girl that's going to see all the success. Well, now here she is a decade later with 34 million subscribers. And she has long moved past the gaming content because she was your Call of Duty gamer, your streamer type thing. And now she does reactionary content, right? Now, Jax Films has been critical of this content and made several videos talking about how she doesn't make reactionary content. She does descriptive content to where as she's watching a show and it'll be like, a man will be eating corn and she's like, oh, the man's eating corn. And like, that's all she does. And she just describes what's happening.
For what, like Stevie Wonder?
Right. She'd be like, well, the man's moving his head back and forth. Like.
Maybe there's just like 36 million blind as fuck people.
Just
Maybe
for the blind community.
Are we sure she hasn't just cornered like an untapped market?
Well, she certainly has. She's doing great because every single video she produces, every one gets over 1 million views.
Because it's all front page. Like I don't even know this broad. The only thing I know is that Google insists on putting her on my fucking feed.
Okay.
Like what army of YouTube moderators did this woman fillet to completion is my question. Like what? She's like the Windows paperclip. I can't get rid of this bitch on my YouTube fucking front page.
Yes. And I think that's one of the biggest knocks on YouTube and her is that she is a golden child. She is one of the YouTube, like you cannot touch her. If she was if she was playing goalie, if she was playing soccer, she'd be the goalie, right? You cannot touch her. And they platform her endlessly. Her audience is children, and she's a multi-millionaire, right? Based off of this type of content. She's young, she's successful, but she's also very fragile. And by fragile, she doesn't like criticism very much. And that's what you've seen with Jax Films, where he's criticized her. And he has a pretty sizable audience doing content about her to the point to where he's actually created a second channel where he watches her videos and pretty much reacts to his reaction. He reacts to her reaction because
so it's inception of reactions.
Right, exactly. With the intention of making fun of it. And then he rates her reactions at the end of it, like giving it a grade.
Oh
right.
My God.
And it's so stupid and so ridiculous. But the reason why this is important to talk about is that over the weekend, she showed up at his house uninvited, and which goes to Twitter here. So Jax Film puts out this thing. Says, Sniperwolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. YouTube demonetize this dangerous quote-unquote creator and get her off your platform. She posted an Instagram story right outside her house and deleted it. So she's like, hey, I'm right next to his house. Should I go and and talk to him pretty much? And she then produces a video standing outside of his house, and he's like live streaming at this time. There's video of him he's like, what, she's outside my house? This is crazy. So it goes back to the idea that number one, she doxed him. She showed his house, something that you should never, ever, ever do to any creator. There are lines in the sand, I think, that most people can take, that most people understand. There's unwritten rules, right? But doxing is actually a written rule when it comes to YouTube. You can't dox people. So let's put it right there and say, like, just your general thoughts on Sniperwolf and her actions. And
yeah, I don't know much about her. I know after this came out, people were pointing out that she got arrested here. Apparently, I don't know if that means she lives here or she just prefers to get arrested in a state with a balanced budget. I don't know I think she's in California, maybe. I have no idea. Most of these YouTubers are in the California. I just, the thing I wonder is so Instagram's owned by Facebook, right?
Yes.
Like it's the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So So Instagram's got to have, I know Facebook has a policy against it. only Facebook is allowed to dox fucking Facebook users. So how does she still have an Instagram account? It would be my first question. The second one would be, how's that not in violation of YouTube terms of service?
Okay, that's where this gets spicy. Because once again, we've talked about her being one of the golden children on YouTube with 34. By the way, she's not a child; she's 30 years old, right? But she's an attractive young lady with a very sizable audience of 34 million.
She looks
people.
Like she buys condoms in bulk. I don't know if it fucking no.
What is I don't know a single person who buys condoms in bulk.
You know exactly what that.
You haven't met her. I don't know what
is that like at a Costco wholesale? Like, I need these Trojans, thank you. Put in cart.
But so Jax Films has put a video out, and I want to watch a little bit of this, and we'll watch it in time and a quarter, just to kind of talk about this, and we'll start and stop as we go along. But more or less, he lays out the situation in about 2.5 minutes. And it has an ask of YouTube. And I think it's a very reasonable ask. So here we go. Let's check this out.
Last night, Sniperwolf, a massive YouTuber, showed up outside of our home, recorded a video of our home, and then posted it to her 5.6 million Instagram followers, goading me with the line, "Let's talk like adults." In my 17 years on YouTube, I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sniperwolf.
So I think it's really important to say this. I don't care if she has 5 million subscribers or followers or 5, right? You shouldn't do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the number. You just shouldn't show up. I think that's like a very obvious statement. Is it not?
Yeah. It's also respect for other people too, regardless if they're YouTubers or not. You just don't go to somebody's house and be like, hey, we're gonna talk now. It's like, whoa.
Well, I mean, let's reverse the roles.
Oh my God.
This fucking dude shows up at her house. How many fucking armed men tackle him to the ground? Number one.
Hashtag me too, right?
Yeah. How quick are the cops there, and how quick does his YouTube channel get taken down? Fucking greased lightning, I guarantee it.
Right. So he goes on and he talks about this for another couple of minutes. And we could watch it, or I could just give you the clip notes. But the long and short of it is that he feels threatened. He and his wife feel vulnerable, which I think is rightfully so, right? I mean, you have somebody show up and put it out there to any audience. But
did
he has
show like a number, like the house. You know how some houses have the numbers right on the door? Like, did she show that in a video or something too?
That's been an argument of if she shows the number. I don't think that's a.
It's just like it makes it a lot worse because some houses and doors look similar, right? But like if it's like the numbers right there, it's like, wow, that is a very obvious doxing. I think the situation's a lot worse.
I think the bigger question I have is, how did she get his address?
That's another thing too.
Right? Like, how did she know where he lived? But
that's how he knows she doxed him. That's how he knows.
Yeah. I think his request is that YouTube steps in and they ban her. They remove her from the platform and she goes away because it's against the rules. And now the ball, I think, is in. Everyone's going to look at YouTube and say, okay, what are you going to do? And do you realistically think that YouTube will remove a creator with 36 million subscribers to their channel or to their platform?
I doubt.
I mean, they went after PewDiePie for a while. He had an awful lot of subscribers at the time. You know what I mean? I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility, but boy, she has friends in high places at YouTube. There's no question. She's on the front page every time. There's more than a little nepotism going on here. Right.
And it's funny because if you were to go in like an incognito window or just go onto YouTube, not signed in, you will definitely see her on the front page.
Yeah,
she's there. But I don't think it's an unreasonable ask. And I think that a lot of people are going to be looking at YouTube here and saying like, what are you going to do? Because it's a term we use all the time. You hear it, frequently in media. This could be a very slippery slope. If they don't do anything here, who's to say they don't? This isn't like okay, you know, that's more or less them saying it's okay. What's the old silence is violence, YouTube, right? If you don't do anything about it, what do you know? Then it's okay, right?
Yeah. And she's the type to bloviate and call herself a victim. And the only prior even experience I have with her channel is didn't like when the whole Sarkeesian feminism in gaming thing was going on. Didn't she like shit all over herself and get dumped on by the internet over it? I have a vague memory of that at some point. So she's definitely the kind of person to fucking caterwaul when people hit back at her.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because about her kind of playing the victim, because yes, she has immediately come out and said she is the victim in this situation. And I think this is amazing. She says, this is from her Instagram, accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox, right? How do you work online? Work online and have 36 million subscribers and not know how to dox or what doxing is. I just think that's absolutely the most insane, ignorant statement you could possibly make. I don't know. It's just, and
which, by the way, how do you think people dox people? They use fucking a series of search engines to find your fucking information. Like, this is generally how doxing. Well, welcome to the fucking club, bitch. Like, you basically just admitted to doxing the motherfucker.
Right. So, I don't know. It's a very messy situation that I think that YouTube has a lot to a lot of things in motion. I'm sure they're having a lot of meetings this morning about
or not, and they're probably like, eh.
Well, here's the reality: is that yes, she has 34 million subscribers. Great, but they can here's the reality of YouTube that people don't want to understand. Is that they can delete anybody instantly and make another Sniperwolf and promote them, and they'll have 34 million subscribers in this, in a few years.
But where are they gonna find someone who can do what she does?
Yeah, right. Oh, look, he's
I almost got it out. Sorry, Adam. Can we just say before we move on? Can we say when on the lip injections, please, with this lady here?
Oh yeah, she's definitely had boob job too.
She
I'm
looks
looking
like
at her Twitter.
She looks like a sleepy catfish. Like it's not appealing, and I don't understand the obsession with the lip injections with anyone actually. But
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at it. That's boob job. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No. And my favorite thing is, let me share this one instead. 2017. I like to have feminist compilation videos play in the background when I'm relaxing.
Is that real?
That's her tweet from 2017. I googled Sniperwolf feminism, and now it showed up.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, anyways, good luck, YouTube, unscrambling that messy egg, because that's going to be really, really gross. And I will say this: she is. You hear about Hollywood gobbling up people, right, and kind of making them in their likeness, right, whatever they want them to be. I think that is exactly what has happened with her. This is a young lady who started in the gaming space. There was accusation. She was dating a guy that I knew back then, and they were really close, and they played Call of Duty all the time. But she was accused of, and you may want to look this up as well. I'm pretty sure she was accused of cheating as well in the game, not on her boyfriend or whatever, but in like Call of Duty. And that was like a big controversy. I think that's actually what helped escort her out of the video game space and more into this child reactionary world.
I had a friend who was also one of the big, like, popular female early gamers, and I think she hated her like fucking poison, if I remember correctly. At the time, I don't want to air this person's name on just in case I'm misrepresenting her position, but I think I recall that.
Oh my God, let's see. I'm trying to see. I'm pretty sure that she did something in Call of Duty a long time ago. She has definitely been around the all of the spaces, all of the drama spaces online. It's been insane for sure. And I want to be really clear. I have no problem with reactionary content as long as you're adding some substance to it, as long as you're adding your personal perspective and stuff. I think that there's value to certain types of reactionary content, but I think the way that it's described, she's not doing reactionary content, she's doing descriptive content. And I think that's a really, really important way to put it out there. So Luke says she was faking her gameplay. It was her boyfriend's gameplay. When they split, she had no gameplay to show.
Yeah,
many such cases. I hate to say. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead. I found this. It's basically Keemstar saying the exact same thing.
What's that about her playing her
Sniperwolf
boyfriend
has been
stuff?
exposed for years for not getting her own gameplay. Her boyfriend would get the gameplays and she would just commentate over them like it was hers. So,
well, there you go. Well, shit. Go get it, YouTube. Let's see some action in place. Let's see some action. All right. Let's go over to another platform and Kick. This was a very big. You know what? Nah, we're gonna hold off on the Kick thing for later. All right, because I got a bunch of quick hits I want to hit on today. All right.
Yeah, we've had enough whores for one segment.
Right. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking about hooties and stuff. All right. I think last time you were on, Razor, we talked about this Nintendo Store demo kiosk that was on eBay. Did we talk about that with you? No.
Oh yes, yes, we did.
Yes, and it was around $2,000 on eBay when we were looking at it last. Well, the auction closed last night, and would you like to guess about how much it was? It went for? It was, yeah, but I'll let you guess. It was
at 2,000. You said
it was higher than 2,000. It was a 1985 Nintendo Store demo kiosk that was
no. We didn't talk about this. We talked about the 3-screw.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Okay. Well, this was a demo unit right here, and let me just kind of show you this really fast, and we'll follow up on the 5-star or the 3-star, whatever is the Mega Man. We'll need to find that as well. But this was a demo unit that was up for sale, and I love the collector's market. I think it's amazing to see how much these things go for, and that's the whole idea, right? Is that it had a bunch of games in it, and you'd go in and you'd play them, and it was like an early way to play NES games at the store, but they're super duper rare. Well, it sold for $6,780 on eBay with $90 shipping, by the way.
Well, at least it goes for charity.
I mean, in theory, right?
Yeah, you never know, but that's at least good if that's true.
Crazy though, 7,000. I don't think I could ever spend $7,000 on one thing for like a collection.
I don't think
I could do it.
I think a lot of people see it as an investment.
That was more than my flight to Australia.
I hope. I mean, did you fly first class?
No, first class I think was like 16 grand. And I was like, shit, never mind.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You'd have to see it as an investment though, with the way the prices just keep going up and up and up. I mean, what the hell?
100%.
And gosh, the more we were talking about physical games and the basically forced transition to digital, as that marches forward, physical media is only going to get more valuable.
Definitely.
Especially if it already had cachet, like, an original Nintendo demo kiosk does. So
100%. 1,000%. I agree with you. Real quick, the Real Smile Bit came in with 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. That is outstanding. We greatly appreciate that. Man, that dropping the massive bomb right there. That is great. Puts us at 31 for the day. Excellent. Thank you guys very much. I'll be reading off more super chats here in just a few minutes. Appreciate you guys at the tail end of this show. Appreciate all y'all's support today. It's massive and incredibly important. Keep this going Monday through Friday. All right, let's get to our next story here. Another quick hit, which Razor, I think you'll appreciate this one. In the year, now look, we are at the tail end of a console cycle here. The Switch is winding down, right? And it's still selling gangbusters. I mean, they're selling millions of Switches every year still.
Yeah.
But what about the Wii U?
A question that keeps me awake long, sweaty nights.
So there was a amazing article about the number of Wii U's that were sold in the United States. These are brand new Wii U's that have been, this was discontinued in 2017, but they're still sitting on a store shelf, right?
The poor Wii U. They're still sitting on a store shelf.
Mine's just sitting by my TV forever and ever.
Razor, how many Wii U's, how many brand new Wii U's were sold in the United States last year?
2?
Razor, I'm sorry, you overshot it. The answer is 1.
Oh.
One
single
Wii U was sold.
I think I know who bought it too.
Brand new, amazing stuff. And I just think it's the funniest freaking thing in the world that they sold one. And it's just sitting on the shelves, you know. Maybe I should buy them all up and just resell them, you know.
So that's
one
that
they made white ones.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one more unit than the Ouya sold last year.
Oh man, that's a deep cut right there. The Ouya, let's go. Love the Ouya reference.
Yes.
Oh my God, great stuff. So good for you, Nintendo. Congratulations, still pumping out that monies. It's great. Let's go to our next story here. There's a new indie game made by 2 developers, which has a very unique take on the horror genre, which I think makes total sense. Now, when you play this game, it will restart, but only if you what, Razor?
If it what?
It will restart, but only when you do what?
Yeah, do a certain action. What do you think would like make a video game restart itself? A horror video game.
Would
so
make
it's incredibly hard to beat.
I don't know. Go up in your greenhouse with a shotgun like a grunge singer in the midnight. What? No.
No.
I don't know. That's game over. Shit. Fuck. I'm sorry. I don't know.
So when you play this game, as you play through it, it's kind of Blair Witch-ish, and you're playing through the game, but the game will restart if you scream in real life. The game just totally starts over. So as you play through, the game will scare you and all sorts of stuff. By the way, this is kind of creepy. Just saying.
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Blabs?
No.
Isn't this the Paris Hilton tape? Are we allowed to watch this?
Uh-oh. There's always the damn lights. By the way, I'm super uneasy just watching this.
Yeah. When I said, no. Okay, yeah, no. When I said this to you, I refused to watch the video.
Well, now you have. So you screamed, and it's like, guess what? You got to start over, you dummy. Which is, I think it's a really interesting take.
Yeah.
You know?
It's cool, but at the same time, you gotta wonder, is like, who's listening to you? You know, like behind the scenes, like someone can hack into the system and listen to you, or you could just mute yourself on the microphone and be like, boop.
It's a good point. Now, what do you think the name of the game is?
Don't Scream?
Yes, it's called Don't Scream. You nailed it.
Really? You win nothing.
The game is actually called Don't Scream. Yes.
Wow.
Man,
I think it's a cool feature though. That's fun.
Well, that was actually in engine. It some of it kind of looked like video. Interesting.
It looked pretty good. So it's going to be available for early access on the 27th, right in time for Halloween. So
right on.
Yeah, so maybe Blabs will play that on a stream.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. All right, let's go to our next quick hit here. We talked about Suzanne Stummers passing away. That's sad news. And oh man, this is one last thing before we wrap up here. Okay, this is the best. Did you see the new trend that all the kids are getting into, Razor, over the weekend. Did you see this trend?
Dying in Israel. Oh, that's been most of the last week. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the hot new trend.
Yes.
No, the hot new trend is something called silent walking. Have you heard of this, Razor?
No.
It's also just known as walking without your phone. That this Gen Z is apparently falling in love with this new trend. The problem with this new trend is that they're bringing their phones to tell people about it. So they have all these videos of them on TikTok, and they're going around, and they're these videos that are like, they just got their camera out there and they're shooting themselves, and they're like, look at me doing my this hot new trend. It's called silent walking. And they're like looking around, looking like they don't have a phone. So they have a phone in their fucking hand. So they discovered the world. Congratulations, Jim.
They discovered life before the year like 2006-ish.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But it's the brand new trend, and as I put out on Twitter, I said nothing says going on a walk and leaving your phone behind like going on a walk and leaving your phone behind while being on your phone, right?
You don't know. They could have just had a camera.
Right. Yeah. They're walking around with a big old VHS camera,
right?
Selfieing the entire time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, where's the line? They don't have their phone, but they're bringing an iPad with them, right?
Bingo.
I don't have my phone.
Play a little Aikido to the problem. Don't worry about it. I'll bring a beeper next time, actually.
Oh, my God. Well, congratulations, Gen Z. You've done it. You made yourself look dumber even without trying.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You played yourself. We got a bunch of other quick hits and all sorts of stuff to pop around, but we'll hit those another time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's go finish up. Do we have any memes today, Black?
We do. Boom. Alrighty.
I didn't want them
the
yet.
First one from Extra Zero says Stuttering Craig's real reason he approves of furry culture. Big game hunter convention plans, especially close to furry convention.
What?
Keep doing that furry thing.
I like my bod, my sweet Rambo bod.
Right?
Nice.
And there's this one. I never thought this is how Cancel Mob was going to get Stuttering Craig. Let's go for the start.
No, go back. Hey, do you think that Ray Charles is really blind?
Cancelled.
No, cancelled.
All right, hang on.
Oh,
we got those two. Then we have The Truth Is Out There, Stevie Wonder juggling kittens and tennis balls.
That's right.
That looks like Bobby Brown, actually.
Apparently, I am a glizzy king now. 1 million glizzies. It's me.
Wait, what do you put? What is happening there?
I hope that's a hot dog.
Yeah, I hope so too. Right now, we got Maza as the most famous Ewok.
Oh, that's good.
Who are it better? I don't know where these screenshots come from. Thank you, Extra Zero.
Well, you don't know who Bernie is from Weekend and Bernie?
I've never seen it actually.
Bernie
Lomax. I don't know how he got that freeze frame of me today. I don't remember making that stupid face, but the more you know.
Razor, I feel like you and I should just sit down and do some movie commentaries. I think that we'd have such a fucking great time watching it at Bernie's or something like that. Oh, that's
I think so. I've never actually seen Weekend at Bernie's.
Ha!
Love it. You love it. It's so bad it's good. So bad it's good. Hey, Gary, Gay for Razor came in with a $25 direct donation. Says Bruce Dickinson announced a new album. Rumor says if you really like chorus repeats, then this will be one hell of an album.
Critics are calling it everything from shit to fucking shit.
Well, thanks, Gay for Razor. Appreciate that.
It's a great name.
Evan came in with the Prime for 14 months over on Twitch. Thank you very much. By the way, if you guys are tuned in and you want to support the show and you got a free Prime sub laying around, go over to twitch.tv/stutteringcraig and use your free Prime sub over there. You know who'd appreciate it? Us. Thank you very much. Silveron says true ownership of digital games will be via piracy. Thank you, Silveronin. And I don't think you're wrong. Melodic Method says, what value is a physical version of a game when almost every game is crap when it's released and needs several patches?
Yep.
Extra Zero came in, says, I worry about the cloud hybrid plan from the Microsoft FTC leaks. If that's true, all games require the cloud. You're fully beholden to servers working. Yeah, man, there's a lot of scary stuff out there when it comes to your ownership of anything.
Online only always chases me off every time.
Power Keg Greg came in and says it's all about control. Oh, don't agree with our ideology? Well, now you can access our modern audience digital archive. Physical all the way.
Yeah.
Cajun Corey came in with the membership, says I go digital with sports games. Non-sports games, I prefer a physical copy. Also, Razer, rate my sunglasses.
They're a little 90s for my taste. I gotta go with Fenriz of Dark Throne. Not small sunglasses, not Emperor sunglasses, big sunglasses. Good band.
Rate Blabs' sunglasses.
Yes.
What about how's Blabs look?
Yeah.
I like them. I think they're big enough. I think that didn't sound right.
Huh. Rate those glasses. Jamber came in with a new membership. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you, Jamber. We love new members. Johnny Bravo came in with the 2, says, this is why I miss cartridges. Yes, I'm old. Thank you, Johnny. Copper Owl came in and says, it's my B-Day. Tell Taryn to do the truffle shuffle.
Happy birthday.
Sunwuku says, hey, Craig, big fan of Screw Attack. I was a big fan of Screw Attack and recently discovered you once again on the Geeks and Gamers live streams. I always wondered what happened to Screw Attack, and I'm glad you're back. Short answer, sold it, worked for the company that bought it for 3 years and left as fast as I possibly could. And now I'm back again to raise hell again. And so there you go. Thank you so much, Sunwuku. Greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you're back. Let's make some fucking memories. Mage Leader came in with the 10, says, man, I miss physical disc, but you know what I miss more? Detailed and interesting instruction manuals. As a kid, I spent hours admiring their artwork and reading up on the controls and strategies. Oh, man.
And there's absolutely games that come out now that need guidebooks sometimes.
Well, some of them have them. Like Hogwarts Legacy came out with this massive concept book that I have behind the scenes. Yeah. It's all about the gameplay, but not really about like the actual manuals and like actual game button presses and stuff.
Captain Furlaw says Jeremy of the Quartering was banned from MTG, Magic the Gathering, and they had to pay him out for his online collection for MTG Online, but he had to fight like hell to do it. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Get banned, they got to pay you back.
Yeah.
Miku came and says, Craig, did you know that Razer is a Satanist who loves the occult gardens and lives in the Netherlands? Also, he also loves to clank his spoon. Huh.
What does that mean?
No, that's my doppelganger, my internet camera negative twin, fucking Styx Hexenhammer.
Oh, wow. I feel like we're learning a little bit more about you every day, which is great. Gridiron Master says, that's okay. I have my 25-cent VHS tapes. There you go, Gridiron
I have
Master.
a VHS player still. I'm not going to lie, I kind of forget how to use it.
You like call it a VHS player. See, this is educational here.
I mean, it plays VHS. Technically, it's a VHS player, isn't it?
I know, but it's a V8. It's a VCR. Isn't that easy?
Did you say it's a V8?
I almost said it was a V8. Not gonna lie.
That's a great one. NZZ says, Craig not knowing Warwick Davis is like when Stevie Wonder met Warwick Davis. Overlooked.
Oh.
That's awful.
Xander, thank you again for the 199 over here. Appreciate that. Internet's not stable everywhere. This is very true. Fat Geralt Falcon Punch says Willow series was laughably bad. Woke garbage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I watched every bit of that I watched. I just felt like Val Kilmer was kind of fortunate that he lost his voice. Couldn't be involved in that piece of shit.
Wow.
Sometimes
himself.
Every black cloud has a silver lining, folks.
Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah, he was in it.
How do you think when they handled that?
Oh, that was pretty good.
Val?
Yeah, I think it was pretty well done, actually. Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah, I like Top Gun Maverick as well. And Razor, by the way, you can bolt at any time. I know we're a little bit over 90, so feel free to bolt whenever you need to go. Hal says removing the Willow series was a public service. Thank you, Hal.
But I think you're gonna be able to buy it now, so it's not really removed completely.
Major Leader says I kind of saw Martinet's retirement coming. His performance in Mario Odyssey sounded really tired. It was a lot more muted than usual. Well, I didn't pick up on that, but at the same time, maybe that was the direction they wanted to go for that. You know, there's always somebody whose direction or pointing how they want a character to sound. So,
hey, can you give Mario a little more pathos?
Sir Yubi-san says Razor Sama. Joe Jackson promoted the Jacksons, and then MJ, I think, managed himself. Do you think that MJ could have managed himself without that POS Sony?
Yeah, I mean, he did before he signed with Sony a little bit. He was on what was it, like American Record? What, CBS? He was on CBS for a while. But Joe Jackson wasn't his manager initially, and it caused a lot of conflict in the family, actually. Early to mid 80s or whatever. Yeah, he absolutely could have, but the whole Sony saga is a whole other thing. I mean, pretty much his body wasn't even cold before they sold his catalog, which he fought his whole life to hold on to, which I still think is scummy.
Jeff from Denker came in with a 5. Says, Razor Fist, will you be buying the TMNT RPG from 1985 re-release when the Kickstarter goes live on Halloween?
Yeah, I guess, they had a tabletop RPG back in the day of Ninja Turtles.
No.
It's actually one of the more underrated kind of... It found a dedicated audience back in the day. It came out just before the cartoon, I think, or maybe just after, like tail end of the 80s. And it had this really cool mutation system and whatnot in it. People still rave about it to this day. I guess they got the rights back, so they're going to be putting that out again.
Wow.
I'll definitely pick it up.
That's awesome. No idea. Tazine says, I'm sorry, I butchered that. Once again, it is Razor Fist Monday, or as I call it, Razor Fisting Mondays. There you go.
Okay.
Pretty disgusting.
TMI.
Matthew says, don't weaponize your simps. Speaking of Razor Fist. Mr. Wolfgram says, watching Sniperwolf is more horrifying than watching hot. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Eric Red says she probably got lip injections for her night job under the Queensboro Bridge. Just like Sharon. There you go.
What was the whole thing was he's 5 minutes from my shoot?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she's doing a cosplay thing.
Yeah, she got busted for armed robbery in Phoenix. So was this in Phoenix?
For a shootout.
I don't know.
No, I didn't even realize Hustler did shoots in Phoenix. I have no idea.
Barry says, hey Razor, what version of Blade Runner do I watch?
Do the final cut. It's the best one.
Miku says, considering the Rockets, is it the hot new way?
What?
Oh, you talking about the rock? Okay, it was a joke about. Okay, yes, I got you, Miku. I get it. Right. Deep and dark. Spectre Wolf says, silent walking trend shows another step in the slow spiral death of Western civilization. Thank you, Spectre Wolf. And you're not wrong. Vital Morpheus says, hey, has Razor seen the trailer for Core Decay? Looks like a pretty cool indie homage to classic Deus Ex.
Someone, linked that to me. It looks pretty cool. Someone, basically just a love letter to Deus Ex.
Nice. It's awesome to hear. Soul came in and says, Razor win BOC?
Blue Oyster Cult? Metal Mythos? Definitely a possibility. I like Blue Oyster Cult.
The Red Man says, Razor, when is Ghost of the Badlands? How is Ghost of the Badlands coming along?
We're in the inking phase. I think around a third of it is done. So yeah, he's rocking and rolling. We're definitely on schedule for this winter.
Great. And Unit came in and says, I need to test some freezers. All right. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Thanks for checking in, Mr. Dahmer.
Yeah. Kind of awkward, but that's all right. Love to hear that. We got a few Rumble rants as well. I want to let you know that Strict Killer used their Prime sub over at twitch.tv/StutterandCraig, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for the support today. Dude says, I'd go to LameStop if they stop begging me to sign up for reward programs and credit cards. The cartridge formats could even have extra space for updates, and if they were smart, they'd version out the updates so the user could choose which version they wanted to play. Yeah, that's true. Midnight Green says, even with all the digital sales, how many of those are at full price? Games usually go on discount in a month or two.
Yeah.
That's true. And Patriot,
you notice that like only the really successful games hold on to their original price point for years and years and years, and they never drop them.
You know who does that well? Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rockstar do that too. They don't lower the price on their games for years.
Yes. Patriotic Gestalt came in with a 5 just as a way of support. And Dude says, I buy Blu-rays so that I can rip it onto my personal streaming server. They are my copies to do with, and they can't be censored after the fact. Even DVDs still look decent on modern displays. So There you go. All right, good stuff.
One other option is if you use GOG, you can download the DRM-free copy of the game and just burn it into a disk.
Nice. Iron Buddha came in with the 5, says, hell, eventually Microsoft won't even have consoles. Their goal in the near future will be no more consoles. You'll just stream games on your TV and play them with your PC through Game Pass. Yes, that's rough. And Grundy says, what are y'all's favorite episodes of ABGN? Mine is Nintendo Power and the Christmas Carol. And I'm not saying that because you're in it too, Craig. Also, Razor, when will you be on Tuesday night's main event?
I don't know what that is.
It's the show by Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, it's a great show.
Oh, if I'm invited, I'll go.
I guarantee they'd love to have you for sure. And we got last couple super chats before we say au revoir today. Miku says EA and Activision also do that. This is true. Thank you, Miku. And Sir Ubisan says, I heard that you say TMNT Super Kame Ninja 89 arcade game was the most revered game of your memories. I guess that's the old 89 arcade game. Is that right? Super Kame? Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. What makes that game your favorite? And I wanted to know if you if that game is better or Turtles in Time. So yeah.
Ooh. I assume he's talking to you. I don't think I ever said that, although I do love the original arcade game. It may actually be the first video game I ever played in my life.
The original arcade game?
The original TMNT. I think I was at the pizzeria and played a video game for the first time, right? They had the arcade cabinet there. I love that game, but yeah, I think Turtles in Time is probably better because they tuned up the gameplay a little bit.
Have you played the latest
Turtles game? It's
great.
awesome.
Yes,
it's awesome. I love it. Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, Shredder's Revenge is great. They had new DLC to that and added new characters and stuff. There's so many deep cuts in that game, man, which are excellent. So
it's a shame they did it after James Avery was dead, so he couldn't be Shredder. They got everybody else, but they couldn't get him, obviously.
Thank you, Cellular Dream, for your thoughts on Diablo 3 over Diablo 2. And Abomination over on Rumble says, playing games on TV reminds me of Sega back in the day with the Sega channel in the 1990s. Played games streamed over cable. That's true. You are correct. That was way ahead of its time. So, all right, we have gone way over today, but we appreciate y'all's support and popping in, and appreciate if you guys are just popping in for the first time. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and of course, head on over to Razor's channel if you don't know who Razor is, which I'm sure you do, but head on over there and go subscribe to this bad boy at the Rageaholic over there, and get all of his thoughts. Will we have any videos about what the situation going on overseas coming soon?
I don't know if we'll be talking about that, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming election, mainly with RFK Jr. announcing he's going to run as an independent, which is kind of a big deal because that's a pretty major change from the last several election cycles, having like an independent candidate with significant name recognition. So, legitimate
question.
What's up?
If I can get you RFK Jr. to interview, would you want to interview him?
Maybe. I wouldn't say no.
Okay. Because I have a friend of a friend who has done stuff with him. So I think that'd be an interesting conversation. I would think you as a part of your channel, I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be interesting to hear. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
Right on.
So, okay, cool. All right, guys, appreciate you, everybody popping in. We're closing in on 50,000 subscribers. We're currently sitting at 47,143 at this very second. So hit the subscribe button on your way out. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Blabs, great job today. Razor, as always, pleasure to have you on Mondays.
Good job, Craig.
Makes my Mondays good. Oh, thanks, Blaz. Appreciate that. I'm not looking for your self-assurance. Tomorrow, we will have Salty Cracker on the show. So make sure you guys are here for that. It's going to be a great one. He doesn't do a whole lot of gaming shows. And he's very, very stoked to talk video games and all things like that. So be here tomorrow for Salty Cracker on the channel. And we got a bunch of great guests coming up. But yeah, good stuff. Appreciate you guys popping in. As always, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. You guys, thanks for tuning in over on kick.com/sidescrollers. First time today. Massive viewership of 10. Let's go.